modern digital world, attention is the most valuable resource any business can own. Platforms, brands, and creators are all competing for the same limited focus. The moment you understand how attention moves, where it stays, and why it leaves, growth becomes something you can engineer instead of hope for. Social media does not equal posting. Social media marketing is not about showing up every day and posting content randomly. It's a structured system built to attract the right people, guide their perception, and move them toward action. Posting is only a tool. Strategy is what gives it direction and meaning. Build leads to trust and then finally convert. Every sustainable brand follows this order, whether intentionally or not. First you become visible, then you earn trust through consistency and value, and only then does conversion make sense. When brands try to sell before trust exists, they create resistance instead of results. Why it matters now. Social media has fundamentally reshaped how businesses grow and compete. You no longer need massive budgets or traditional gatekeepers to reach your audience. What you need is clarity, relevance, and the ability to show up consistently where attention already lives. Massive reach. Low cost. This is the real power of social media. One piece of content can travel farther than a paid campaign ever could, without increasing your costs. But reach without intention is noise. Leverage only works when it's guided by strategy. But it's not easy. Algorithms change, competition grows, and attention spans keep shrinking. Without structure, effort turns into frustration, inconsistency, and burnout. Systems exist to protect you from chaos and make growth repeatable. Don't be everywhere. Trying to be present on every platform weakens your impact. Focus creates clarity, consistency, and momentum. Brands that win choose depth over exposure and mastery over presence. Choose by behavior. The right platform isn't the trendiest one. It's the one where your audience already behaves the way you need them to. Attention style, content format, and intent all matter. Strategy begins with understanding behavior, not guessing platforms. Instagram equals visual trust. Instagram is where perception is shaped. It rewards visual consistency, storytelling, and familiarity. Brands that look intentional here feel more trustworthy over time. TikTok equals fast reach. TikTok is built for speed, relevance, and discovery. Strong hooks and clear ideas can unlock massive reach quickly. Attention here is earned fast, and lost just as fast without clarity. LinkedIn equals authority. LinkedIn is where expertise becomes influence. It rewards clarity of thought, insight, and professional value. If credibility matters to your business, this platform amplifies it. Start with 1 to 2. Growth accelerates when focus is tight. Master 1 or 2 platforms before expanding. Consistency compounds faster when your energy isn't divided. Algorithms reward behavior. Algorithms don't work against creators. They follow users. When people watch longer, save, comment, or share, platforms respond with distribution. Behavior is the signal that matters most. The 5 signals: watch time, engagement, relevance, relationship, and timing determine visibility. Content must earn attention early and keep it long enough to matter. Design content for interaction, not empty views. Hook first. The first seconds decide everything. If attention is lost early, the algorithm stops listening. Hooks aren't manipulation. They respect how attention actually works. Consistency wins. Consistency trains both the audience and the algorithm to expect you. It builds recognition, trust, and long-term visibility. Reliable presence always beats short bursts of effort. Strategy: random posting. Random posting leads to random results. Strategy filters decisions, aligns effort, and creates measurable outcomes. Growth becomes predictable when intention leads action. Know your audience. Clarity starts with knowing exactly who you're speaking to. Specific messaging always outperforms generic content. When people feel understood, they stay longer and engage deeper. One clear goal. Every piece of content should have one clear purpose: growth, traffic, leads, or sales. Choose one and design around it. Focus turns effort into progress and removes confusion from strategy. Content pillars. Content pillars give your strategy structure. They define what you talk about, how often, and why. With pillars, content creation becomes intentional, instead of exhausting. Stop the scroll. Attention must be interrupted before it can be earned. If content doesn't stop movement, it won't create impact. Visibility begins with interruption, not perfection. 4 content types: educational, inspirational, Entertaining and promotional content work together. Balance keeps your audience engaged without fatigue. Strong brands rotate with purpose, not impulse. Value right pointing arrow CTA. Value always comes before action. Clear calls to action guide attention into movement. Never assume people know what to do next. Lead them. Batch content. Batching removes daily pressure and decision fatigue. Systems create consistency without stress. When creation is organized, momentum becomes automatic. Identity creates trust. Consistency makes brands recognizable. Recognition builds familiarity, and familiarity builds trust. Trust is what turns attention into loyalty, and loyalty into growth. One voice everywhere. Your tone should feel familiar across every platform. A unified voice strengthens memory and credibility. Stability makes brands feel reliable. Followers does not equal community. Numbers don't equal connection. Community is built through interaction, presence, and dialogue. Loyalty grows where people feel seen and valued. Interaction is fuel. Engagement keeps systems alive. Replies, conversations, and feedback increase visibility and retention. Interaction turns audiences into participants. Organic builds trust. Organic growth proves value over time. It creates credibility money can't buy. Trust built slowly lasts longer and converts better. Paid scales precision. Paid advertising accelerates what already works. Data should guide every decision. Scale without insight creates waste, not growth. Micro-influencers win. Trust beats reach. Smaller creators with aligned audiences often outperform large accounts. Authenticity scales better than hype. Track what matters. Data reveals reality. Focus on actions, not vanity metrics. Measurement turns guessing into decision-making. Double down. Growth comes from repeating what works. Eliminate distractions and amplify results. Momentum follows focus. Launch with focus. Strong launches are calm, clear, and intentional. Systems sustain growth long after launch day. Chaos kills consistency. Learn more, watch more, build smarter. This channel isn't about shortcuts, it's about systems. Follow, subscribe, and explore to keep building with clarity, control, and confidence.